Hello guys, and welcome to the 16th Raspberry Pi tutorial. I'd just like to say a huge thank you to everyone who's been subscribing. I'm actually on the front page of the Raspberry Pi site, which is great. And that's because I've been administering the Raspberry Pi download server, and if you go to downloads on the website, then you'll see that the first Debian image has been put up, and there's a Fedora image coming and an Arch Linux image coming as well. There's quite a few people who are struggling to get this onto the SD cards, so I'll be doing a tutorial some point in the week before the devices come out about how to sort your SD card out and all that kind of stuff. We've got a pretty short tutorial today because if we try and use a HTTP download, you'll probably see this page, and that's just because our server doesn't have that much capacity. So what I've been working on some load balancing stuff, so that everyone can get an image. But for now, if you go on the unofficial download mirrors site, there's loads of places where you can. It's overwhelming how many mirrors there are and how many torrent seeders. There's like almost 2,000 people seeding the torrent. So as you can see here, there's plenty of places to get your images from. We're just basically going to try and automate some of this, so you don't have to come and pick a mirror. But yeah. So what are we doing today? So PiSnake, what we've got is just wait for it to load. Yeah, right. So PiSnake, we get a score counter in the top right, and then as we score points, as we get longer, we get more points, and then if we crash, when we reset, if you look now, the score goes back to 0. So the game is it's a bit slow because I'm recording the screen, but it's actually a playable game now. It's got all the things that it needs really. It could do with some sound and some a better looking snake, but for now that's not really important. My tutorials are going to be focused on like stuff like sorting the SD card out and getting the device up and running and stuff like that. So then, in the code, we've got a score class, and then that has a self.value, a font, which is just the default font size 36, and then we get the screen rectangle because that gets passed in, and then in this bit we're just creating some text with a font renderer, getting that rectangle, putting it to the top right, and then blitting that to the screen, and then that'll get updated in the main function. In Snake, you have to do, when the snake is extending, you have to increment the score. So PiSnake.score.value plus equals 1. And that's referring to that PiSnake instance there. And then in your main loop, you need to have, when we're on the pause state, when the key is pressed, we reset the score to 0, and then we draw the score to the screen here in the main loop here, and it's also drawn in this loop, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so draw the score to the screen, and that also happens in the other, like, get the game main loop, if that makes sense. So yeah. So draw score to screen, yeah, that's there. and you just have to initialize it, create an instance of score class, self.score equals score class, and then you just pass through your screen rectangle. But yeah, that's about it. It's only a tiny little piece of code, really. So as I said, I'll be doing a tutorial in the week on how to set up the SD card. I might even do it tomorrow. How to set up the SD card and stuff like that, so everyone's ready for when the devices launch, which will hopefully be before the end of the month. Cheers, thanks for watching, and I'll have something up in the week.